What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Big Red Tree. We back in the building. What's good, my weevils? You could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me for another one. It's YouTube's very own me. What's popping? What's good? It's been a minute since we chopped it up, y'all. What we doing? People been hitting me. They want to talk. Let's talk. Let's get it popping. Let me go ahead and throw these on. This is what they wanted, okay? Oh, yeah, baby. We live and in the building like people waiting for food stamps. Yeah. What is popping, y'all? Talk to your boy, man. Big Red, man. Red Tree. We in the building. Whoo, boy. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. First of all, I want to thank everybody that tuned into my little shindig here. I definitely appreciate you. Let me get my Simpsons loud and clear off up in there. But yeah, I definitely want to thank everybody that's been rocking with me, man, for this far. We definitely achieving some milestones over here at the Red Tree RC podcast. Making some things happen, man. We're trying to improve this show a little bit. And I definitely want to shout out all the people that's been rocking with me. Y'all. So if you ain't, make sure you subscribe, man. If you tuned in, tap in, let me know you here. Say something to me. Talk to your boy. What's going on with it now? Ooh, listen, we gotta talk about it, y'all. We gotta talk. Okay, listen. I understand, right? Grand evening. Why go on, Esco? Grand evening, Mr. Green. Y'all still can't believe that foot shit. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm gonna post it in a minute. It's crazy. I'm just trying to give you time to get your shine on with it. But I know y'all heard, right? Anthony Edwards. He paid $1.8 million for 18 years of child support up front to a woman he impregnated. Peace, God, I see you. To a woman he impregnated. Now, some people say that's wrong. Some people say, hey, hold up, Miss Green, you got to talk to me about you got to inbox me about that blue check next to your name because I need to be verified because I'm definitely certified. You dig? But yeah, so like we were saying, Anthony Edwards, right? He paid $1.8 million in child support for 18 years, all up front, for child support for a child with a woman he did not want to have one with. He told the woman he didn't want to have a child. He gave her the money for the abortion. She still had the baby regardless. So, my bad, y'all. I got big lips. I got to make sure these joints protected. Y'all ain't finna talk about being on these blogs. Somebody, yo, look at this dude. His lips was ashy. No. But how y'all feel about that? Now, I spoke on it briefly, right? But I really wanted to get into it. I really wanted to get into it on here. I really wanted to see how everybody really was feeling about this because, woo-wee, they was opinionated about this one. They was, how do you say, pissed off, upset, angered, triggered, and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I want to know how y'all feel about it. So, like I said, the man gave the woman $100,000 to have an abortion. Regardless of what side of that fence you stand on, these are the cards that we've been dealt in this conversation. Okay. First of all, I think all of this is crazy. I think all of this is crazy. Now, if you just out here sport fucking because you ain't got nothing else to do, then by all means, do what you do. But when you out here playing with life, come on, man. Now, this you about to have a child born with a father that didn't want and still don't want no parts. So before we get into a money conversation, we're gonna start with the biggest elephant in the room. That right there. You know what I'm saying? Howdy, howdy. I see you. I see you. We finna bust it up though. Get $100,000. He gave her $100,000 to have an abortion. It didn't happen. Now, like I said, whatever ass side of the fence on that abortion or no you sit on, this is where we at. She had the baby. He didn't want to have one. One could ultimately say, well, if you didn't want to have a baby, you should have used a condom. Okay, so they've already crossed that bridge. That's why he gave her the 100,000 to go ahead and take care of that situation. So whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean? I just want to know this. Somebody tell me what abortion clinic is charging $100,000 for one of these. Let me know so I can go down there and get one. I'm about to be pregnant if it's costing $100,000. Because listen here, 100 bands? Whoa, wait a minute. What happened to 250 and I'll talk to you next week? I'm just saying. No, I've never been in this situation before. I just know a bunch of people who have. That's how I know how much it costs. But yeah, listen here, man. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you can be alerted when your boy Big Red Tree goes live again. Okay, she said they asked, she got pregnant, he gave her money for the abortion. Welcome to being a single mother. Plus, he paid his child support for 18 years up front. Now listen, now how you feel about that though? Now check this out. Like I said, some people are upset saying, damn, how you just gonna do that? Okay, like I said, we're gonna start the biggest elephant in the room. This is a child that's only going to have one parent. Now, nobody's perfect. Relationships don't always work out. They're not always the fairy tale that people imagine themselves to be. That's a part of life. That's understandable. Shit happens, so to speak. You know what I mean? But now, purposefully, this child is going to grow up without a father. I think out of this whole argument, that part right there is paramount. That is the biggest thing. That is the top most important thing about the conversation, because this is a child without a father. And it doesn't matter what race you are, black, white, orange, green, brown, all the colors in the crayon box. Every child needs a father. And because of these two idiot ass adults, because not one's not worse than the other. If we just keeping it real, and that's what the title would. Hold on, let me move so you can see what this say behind me. This say real conversations. We keeping it real around here. Both of them are to blame. One is no better than the other. One is no worse than the other at all. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start with that one because that's crazy that this child now has to grow up. Can you imagine what that's gonna be like? Your dad on TV making millions, hundreds of millions, and he don't want nothing to do. Now here's the rub though. some people said that it was unfair that he paid up front. And I said, why? I said, so you mean to tell me almost $2 million isn't enough to take care of a kid? I said, some of y'all ain't getting $280 in child support. If we keeping it all the way, again, real conversations, if we keeping it all the way real, some of y'all ain't getting $200 in child support a month. That balances out, let me see, 1.8 million, 18 years. About 5,000 a month. Who gonna sit here and tell me, those that got kids and those that don't, we ain't knocking nobody, we not judging, whatever your situation is. Which one of y'all are going to tell me that if your baby dad wanted to pay you $1 million up front, would you take it? Yeah, that's what. Okay, yes, that's what. The math was mathing. Okay. All right. Let's go to. Okay, let's go to the comment section. Okay, she said they after got pregnant, gave her money for abortion, walking to being a single mother. Okay, complete this. Okay. Said if I feel like if a person tells you they don't want kids and you still just, oh yeah, if y'all want to call in, let me know, man. I dropped the number for y'all to call in, state what you want to state. We can talk about it here on Red Tree, man. This is a we listen, we don't judge. Oh, but we finna talk about it. Oh, yes, we are. Make sure y'all jump over to YouTube, man. Drop me a like and a comment, man, on this video if you tapped in. Definitely appreciate you. Okay, he said, I feel like if a person tells you they don't want kids and you still to have a child, the father shouldn't be responsible. Okay, now, respect. Now, here's the other side of that argument. If you didn't want to have kids, and this is kind of a, if we speaking science in science terms, this is a crazy argument. If you didn't want to have kids, you should have worn a condom. If this is somebody that you wasn't planning on staying with, should have used the rubber. I mean, depends on how you rocking. You know what I mean? That might not, you might not be out here knocking everything down. You like, yo, I'm cool. That day, whatever floats your boat. Now that's the other side of that argument. Now I definitely feel where you coming from. We're gonna get to everybody's comment, but I definitely feel where you coming from because he stated up front, this is where I stand. This is what it is. Now, what if he had bolted and didn't leave any kind of money? Was like, nah, I ain't paying for shit. I told you I didn't want kids in the first place. Would he be wrong? Okay. Said that, right. Said definitely crazy. But at the end of the day, he paid his support. Will the baby be without a father? Will the baby be okay without a father? It seems like he would do more harm instead in the baby life not wanting it. Good point. Cass says she messed that up for her kids because she wanted money. I agree. Okay, she said, lest the child don't want, yes, the child won't have a father, but he stated he didn't want another kid. And who's to say she won't eventually find a husband to be what the baby needs? Okay. She said, I'm sure she'll snatch somebody up who want to raise the kids and share her money. 5,000 a month for 18 years. Said if she invests that money right, it will grow. The little baby will be set for life. She said, hell yeah, I'd take it. She said, hold on. She said, if you can't live off 5K, it's a problem. But she's already running around talking about she started a trucking company and don't need their money, but you already got the baby's money. Exactly. See, now this is the crazy part, right? I got into an argument with somebody over, not an argument, but it was a debate. No, I love those healthy debates over Dr. Dre getting a divorce and his wife getting like 300-400 something million. Now here was my argument. While Dr. Dre was in the studio cooking up the world's hottest beats and is responsible for the world's most infamous rap group, what the fuck were you doing? Now, mind you, there's nothing wrong with being a stay-at-home mom. There's nothing being a homemaker. I just want to know, is that all you was doing? Now, they said she gave up a successful lawyer career to support Dr. Dre. Now, let me tell you something. I don't know what world some of these people living in. I don't know what TV show they were watching. But if I'm out doing that kind of work, making that kind of money, and she chooses to say, hey, I want to be a homemaker, cool. What else are you going to do? Education, start a business, something. What were you doing? So she said probably cheating because he was never home. I heard that shit. She could have met her supporter by keeping the legal job. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. It's like, yo, even if Jay-Z wasn't worth $2 billion, right? And he was with Beyonce. If a person loved the hell out you, they don't give a damn about that shit. You don't need to meet them at the top with their money. They cool in that aspect. You need to meet them on top somewhere else. You dig? You need to meet them emotionally, those type shits. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to find a better way to put this. What the fuck were you doing when this motherfucker was in the studio? Why weren't you trying to make more money? Not even for, listen, if the roles were reversed and it was the opposite, listen, I would have started a business. I would have learned a trade. I would have got a degree in something in addition to being the homemaker. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. But does that mean you're entitled to half of $1 billion? Are you crazy? Okay, now hold up. Now that's a good argument. Provide their woman with a life of leisure. Wait a minute. What life did you have before I met you? Because in my opinion, if he was in the studio making beats, she should have been at the crib making t-shirts, making patches, making I don't know, hats with everything on them under the sun. I'm just saying. Exactly. Merch, start a business, something. Yeah, Kevin Federline, he was raw. You see what happened with him. Everybody thought it was just no. The judge said, yeah. This young girl crazy. Y'all see she cut all her hair off and shit? Oh, yeah, them people was like, oh, we got them kids about it there. She not right now. We're not saying you a bad mom. We just saying you not right now. There's nothing wrong with, true, she didn't come in broke. She had bread. But they said She gave up her career to support Dr. Dre. Listen, how do you support a billionaire? I mean, he wasn't always a billionaire, but uh he wasn't broke when they started their relationship. The first girlfriend was there for that, the one he had the first kid with. Speaking about Dr. Dre. I'm a hip hop fanatic, so yeah, we can talk about that. But yeah, does that mean do I feel that she should be entitled to half? No. Do I feel she should be entitled to nothing? No. She definitely should be entitled to something, because if you're with a person and they amass that kind of wealth and you with them, first of all, I don't think it should be had to be dictated by a court. Come on, bro. You worth $3 billion. Y'all getting a divorce. Why wouldn't you want to see that woman well off? She gave you over 15, 16, almost 20 years of her life. Even if she gave you 5 years of her life, that's still 5 years that she can't get back. I'm not saying don't give the broad nothing. I'm saying you're supposed to break bread off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you worth three, you know what I mean? Well, no, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I apologize. Let me get that correct. They sold Beats to Apple for $3 billion, which netted him around $1 billion. After it was all said and done, he got about 800 million and had to give her 300 million. Now, mind you, Dre wasn't broke. You know, he still got money coming in from all those beats for all these people that y'all don't know, that don't hear on the radio. You know what I'm saying? So he still got money coming in. You know what I mean? But do I think that means that a person is definitely entitled to half of everything that you made? No. Do I think he should have hit her off with something? Absolutely. Come on, bro. Especially if y'all was in a relationship and you come on. You not hurt. It ain't gonna hurt you. It ain't gonna hurt you. Cause you know what the interest is on 800 million? Look it up. My bad, y'all. We ain't even get our customary shot in. Said big merch, hats and t-shirts, food truck, farmer's market. She could have been doing it. Hey, exactly. Listen, I'd have been like, babe, you don't want to go to school? I'm on the road doing shows. You could be in the back doing makeup, doing hair, something. We are one-stop shop, you dig? I'm backstage prepping my lyrics. She out front getting sound check together. What the hell was you doing? What kind of partner you got? This goes back to what I was saying. Know the people that you dealing with, man. Y'all be meeting people expecting the best out of people, knowing you ain't got the best. How the fuck you expecting? Come on, cut it out. Said you still do the things that made him fall for you in the first place and more. I dig that. I dig what you saying. Okay, look. First of all, this is not a regular can. This is not a 12-ounce can or a 16-ounce can. This is 7.5 ounces. This is those little mini cooler ones, man. Cut it out. My shit looks super small in my hands. Cut it out. Who's to say she didn't inspire his? Exactly, and that's why I'm saying. I don't think that she shouldn't have been broken off something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you leave her high and dry. First of all, even if you're not a billionaire, bro, if you got, listen, let's keep it real. Let's just keep it all the way real. My father taught me this right here, right? When you and the woman break up and it's over, you don't take nothing. You don't leave that woman stranded to the point where she need anything right now. You a man. You can get it all over again. So I'm not saying leave the woman high and dry. She definitely deserves something. You know what I'm saying? Like, she definitely deserves something. Yeah, this is all I had though. Like, I'm not saying you leave her broke. Like, you know what I'm saying? He said, leave her high, super high off the bestest gas. Well, they in California, you know, they smoking real good. Real good. But I'm just saying, if you worth $800 million, it's gonna hurt you to break somebody off 10 million. See, people get to looking at that big number. Excuse me, 800 million. 800 million. And then get to thinking like 10 million is peanuts. It's a dude on Mr. Beast. He just won the Mr. Beast show. The show that was on Amazon Prime. He just hit for 10 million. Changed his life forever. So don't get to talk about 10 million ain't nothing. Oh, that ain't enough. You worth 800 million. What? What world you living in? Don't get me wrong. The price of eggs may be $15 right now for a carton. But 10 million is still a hell of a lot of money. And if you think that's not enough, then what world you living in? So, yeah, I think he should have broke her off with something. You know what I'm saying? Right. He said make sure his appointments and meeting places he wanted that were safe. He had all his likes at places, food, weed, drinks. Like it's so much she could have done. And it's not to say that she didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because she probably could have. But even though it's over with that woman, it's like, yo, you don't gotta be enemies. You might can't be friends. It might end bad. Okay, cool. You can't be friends. But that don't mean this wasn't a part of your life for some years that just passed. This is how you want to treat her on your way out? You worth 800 million? Yeah, I got 10 M's for you. I got 10 M's for you. You can't get right off 10 M's. Listen, something wrong with you. You can't get right off of 1 M. Something wrong with you. I'm just saying, man. Zilla, what up, my guy? What up, though? We finna take a time out real quick, right? Take a pause for the calls. We did not do a shot for the day. Y'all know I'm sitting here sipping on that good old Jack. No, they are not sponsoring this video. They did not cut me a check. I'm just a Jack Daniels fan. More importantly, I'm a Gentleman Jack fan because it's so smooth. Said this weekend only a shot right till Sunday. Eggs $2.99 a carton. Yeah, I wouldn't trust them. They growing them eggs downstairs underneath the freezer department. Don't trust them. This is to the viewers. This is to the people that subscribe to the channel. I'm almost to my goal being monetized. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you jump over to YouTube and subscribe to Red Tree RC. To the people that are subscribed and that watch me, this is for y'all. I definitely appreciate you. Cheers. Yeah, don't trust them eggs. Can't trust them. But yeah, so $1.8 million paid up front. Is he wrong? How y'all feel about that? Talk to me. What you think? 1.8 million. Is he wrong for paying up front? Will you say, will you say, will you say? I don't think he was wrong. My take on it, honestly, like I said, it's a shame that the child will grow up without a father, her father. I can definitely identify with that situation there. Not that any one of us had $1.8 million, but I can dig it. I think it was a very grown thing for him to pay $1.8 million to ensure that child has what it needs till it's 18. Will $5,000 a month cover everything? I don't know. Uh, it should cover a lot. Y'all think y'all that have kids? Y'all think y'all spending $1 million on your child in 18 years? Think you spend $1 million? You can Google right now how much it costs to raise a child in 2025. Matter of fact, let's do that. Let's Google right now. Mm, from birth to 18. Let's see. Okay. Y'all ready for this one? Y'all ready? All right. I'm going to share this screen. Hold on. So y'all can see it too. Ooh, 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 ooh. Baby. Okay. Y'all ready? Here we go. The estimated cost of raising a child. Hold on. Why y'all can't see my okay, there we go. The estimated cost of raising a child from birth to age 18 in the US cost around $300,933. $331,933. Wow, let's look at this question here. A study conducted by the USDA in 2015 highlighted that for a middle income two parent family with two children, the average cost of raising a child from birth age until 18 was an estimated $233,610. Now, the first figure that I quoted to y'all is a much higher figure because it's more I guess that poll or that study was done in 2023 as opposed to the one study that was done in 2015. So, at the times the cost of living goes up and all of that. So 1.8 million. 1.8 million. Let's see. Let's show y'all what she looking like. Okay. That's her. It sounds about right. Listen here, man. I don't care what you listen. I wonder if she could be criminally charged. Make sure y'all like, follow, and subscribe to me over there on YouTube as well, man. If y'all watching me from YouTube, tap into the comment section, drop me something over there. It's crazy, man. Nah, I don't want to see nothing for later, people. We ain't giving y'all no bread. That's crazy. That's crazy. Mm. They said that she is a brand ambassador, a CEO, and a musical artist. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. But if that's the case and that man wanted to pay up front, if it's true, yeah, she blowing that bread. She gonna keep blowing it too. That's the sad part. Hopefully the baby can, you know what I mean? Yeah, she had a hell of a get rich quick scheme. Abortion? What? Yeah, you right. I'm going first thing in the morning. I be there. They open up at 9. I'm gonna be there at 8:30, babe. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna be in the car. Don't even I'm gonna be there. You gave me 100,000 too. I'm gonna go get breakfast before I go. I'm gonna be straight. I'm gonna be good. That's what she was saying to him. I'm gonna be straight. I got this. You straight. Don't even worry about me. Focus on your game tomorrow. It's okay. I got this. And then tomorrow game, she was in the mirror with the stack of money in her ear, talking to the stacks of money. Can you hear me? Hello? Anybody there? I can hear 100,000 of y'all real quick. It's too many of y'all talking. Y'all too loud. Yeah, this dude's crazy. 100 bands. What kind of process is that? That's what I said. Let me know where they do $100,000 boards that I'm finna go get one. Yeah. You can give me $100,000 too. That's what it costs. It's $100,000. Yep, $100,000. Listen, I know if you, oh boy, 100 bands, and allegedly, she said, "Nah, we outside. We taking your money. We ain't trying to hear that. I got you, hook, line, and sinker." Now, if it's true, but that's super wild behavior. Two idiots in the public messing with a child life. Ultimately, is what they doing. Because that's who losing, that child. They not losing nothing. They going people being idiots on social media going to continue being idiots on social media. They ain't going to change. But that child is the one that's losing in the end. So I think that is definitely bananas. Word. Yeah, I forgot about that. Thinking she was going to get some more because they in California. Oh, no. You're not married. They have no love for you if you're not married out there. None. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. She thought she was finna come up. They was like, yeah, it's not going to fly. Not today. Sorry. But it's crazy, though, because the fact that this is in the public is wild. Y'all two grown-ass adults. What are you doing? What are you really doing, man? Like, it's crazy, man. Word, it's super sad because, like I said, that kid is the one losing. You gonna know they gonna get that superstar, world famous basketball player, and you can't even pick up the phone to call him. You know what I mean? God willing, he have a change of heart. Miss Adams, grand evening to you. Appreciate you joining. What up, though? You know what I mean? Hopefully that brother have a change of heart and decide that, you know what I mean, take place in that child life. That's me. That's all this is allegedly. You know what I mean? We still waiting to see what the official issue really is, because this is wild, man. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. What that song say? You ain't no way. Yeah, ain't no way. This is crazy. But I don't think he's wrong in one regard. I don't think he would be, I don't think he's necessarily, not necessarily saying wrong, but I think it was big of him to still pay, even when he paid for what he paid for that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? And he thought enough to say, well, hey, here's my support. You know what I mean? Here's my support. If you look up Carl Malone had a baby by a woman who was young. You know what I mean? It was mostly swept under the rug. They ain't really talk about it. You know what I'm saying? He said in the court, he doesn't want to meet her. He doesn't want to have any relationship with this little girl. Nothing. He said that. So he didn't pay all his child support up front. He's still paying child support. He didn't pay all his money. Juxtaposed to Anthony Edwards' situation, I think it was big of him to say, Tor, what up, though? I think it was big of him to say, okay, here. Because ultimately, you just paid $1.9 million to have a baby. Because she kept the $100,000 that you gave her for the A-Town down, you know what I mean? And she didn't have that. And then she got him for more than that. Because if he paid that 1.8 mil up front, oh, that's kind of smart, though, if you think about it. It's kind of smart. Because if the baby does need anything, then the mom's ultimately and immediately at fault. The kids shouldn't need anything. Because what they're going to base it on is that same statistical fact that I just showed y'all that says how much it costs to raise a child from birth to age 18 in 2025. That's the number. That's the metric they're going to use in court. So when they look at this and say, why this baby ain't got no money for college tuition? We hate to say it, but we see it done all the time. And then people say, oh, well, I had to use the child support money for this, and I had to use the child support money for that. And I can understand, you know what I mean? Everybody at some point got Rob Peter to pay Paul, John, Mike, and Alan Platinum. What up, though, sis? I see. I get it. You know what I mean? Like I told people, you got to embrace your struggle. You know what I mean? Them hard times is what's going to make you. So I get it. You know what I mean? But what about the kid? What about the kid? Platinum, we on here talking about child support, and if you think that man was wrong for allegedly paying his child support up front, $1.8 million up front for 18 years. Miss V Reed, what up, though? Pretty Tony, what they call him. How you doing, sis? I see you. But 1.8 hardcore. When the statistics said it cost 331,633, $331,633 to raise a child from 18. No, I'm sorry, from birth. I apologize, from birth to 18 in the U.S. right now. 331,000. I think it was 331, 336 or something like that. Not wrong at all. She listen, and I said that. Now, what if the child does need something? Should she be able to go back and ask for an increase? Should she be able to go back and ask for more money? And it's crazy that people would do that. People would actually have the mitigated gall to go back in front of a judge and say it wasn't enough money. Like, what are you doing? What lifestyle are you living? Said that child, she better spend it all wisely. Said that child should not need nothing. Said, well, he might not if she used the child support on a child. It runs out on the 18th birthday. College comes after that for most. But why I say that was because according to, let me see, what was that? I think I might have trying to see who it was that wrote that article. According to Northwestern Mutual, $331,933 is what it costs. So if she go back and say she need more money, you didn't got 3 times what it costs. Almost, no, I'm sorry, about 4.5 times what it costs, shawty. Come on now. Cut it out. Yeah, it has happened. Now, she said if she invests right there. But now, granted, it was a smart move for him, but they said she got trucking companies and all this other shit that she didn't bought. You know what I mean? That she didn't did. What are you doing? You a music artist? You selling records? Really? There's people out here with 20 Grammys. They ain't even selling records. Music industry is in an economic downturn right now. You ain't making that kind of money selling records. Cut it out. I know where you making that money from. Child support. She using that good old child support. That's gonna be her next single. We get that child support money. We getting child support money. We getting child support money. That's gonna be her next single. She's gonna be in the club popping big bottles. Yeah, baby, we living. Woo! She in there popping them. Child support. Child support. Because let me tell you something about trucking. People think you get in trucking and you instantly gonna make all this money. Let me tell you something. Ask anybody that own a truck. It costs money to make money in trucking. How I know? I'm a truck driver. It costs money to make money. I'm telling you, she's gonna be. Listen, there's no way that child or her should ever need anything when you've been given a $1.8 million head start. I don't care if you flipping pancakes or pan kilos. $1.8 million. Listen, you and all your children should be straight for that. You got enough money to put college tuition up for all of them. But we shall see. I'm just saying, word. She said, I think he's going to be fine when it comes to her. It's the other baby moms that's going to get him if they go after the same thing she did. Yeah, he got a whole 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other situations going on. It's crazy. This nigga's bareback and everything. It's wilding. You don't have all these different. Hey, bro, listen. But they see it. They like, oh, you balling. You a truck driver. You got it, man. Listen, let me tell y'all something. One tire start off at $1,000. One tire. How many you got on the truck? 18. Do the math. It's one tire. But yeah, there's no reason that that child shouldn't be straight going forward. I mean, as long as she ain't doing dumb shit like buying, all this baby Prada and baby Balenciaga and all this other dumbass shit that people be buying their kids. Like, now that was also an argument. That was one side of the argument, even though he said that he didn't want to have kids. To back that up, why you barebacking when you don't want to have kids? I mean, you could say anything. You can say a million times, I don't want to have no babies. But if your pullout game trash, you know what I mean? And obviously his pullout game is super trash. You got 8 different. Baby moms. Listen, and they all about the same. They all great pop at the same time. Listen, pullout game super trash. Super trash. All he know is shoot the club up. He don't know no other song. None. None. He don't know slow, easy, steady. He knows shoot the club up. That's all he know. You can tell he not fucking to no slow music. He fucking to a siren. He fucking to gunshots. All he want to do is shoot the club up. I'm just saying. Dude is wild. You got all these other situations you did. Yeah. Bro's tripping. But, hey, man, that's like Nick Cannon. They said Nick Cannon did that shit on purpose. He knew what he was doing, but you can see he loved having that big family. He loved having them 11 kids. You see him in pictures with them, all of them. I had a homeboy that's like that. My homeboy got like 14, 15. He used to pick his kids up in the van. Yeah, they spread out, but they know who their brother and sister is. You can believe that shit. Y'all know how I go. Don't act like that. Like I said, around here, we listen and we talk about it. We don't judge. Nah, we don't. We gonna talk about it though. We gonna converse about it for sure. But ultimately, before we get out of here, we got about 5 minutes left. Cuz I see you over there, cuz I'm honored to have you stop in on my show, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm trying to get like you, man. I need to pick your brain about some pointers how to make my drink better. But yeah, man. Ultimately, I think the boy crazy. But again, those is 2 grown adults. They better have a plan in place, even with him paying the money up front, allegedly, if that's what he did. You know what I mean? Because like I said, the child is the one who's losing. Them 2 adults gonna be them 2 adults. You know what I mean? They're gonna do the dumb shit that they're gonna do. But the child is the one that's losing. Listen. Oh my God. Nah, he got too many. He would have broke that foot. But yeah, I think that while many would condemn him for his actions, I would give him praise for his actions, because even though he stated that he didn't want to be a father, he did step up to the scene and assume some responsibility for his part in what they did, meaning them making a baby, making a child. So even though he said he don't want no parts of it, he still paid the child support like he was supposed to up front. Does it really make a difference? If he would have stretched it out, probably so, because she could have went back and said, "Yeah, well, he just got a $250 million contract. I'm not making enough money. You know what I mean? $5,000 a month for the next 18 years ain't bad at all. Some of y'all ain't making that on your job. Let's keep it all the way real. You ain't making 5,000 a month, so 5,000 a month to raise a child for the next 18 years. I don't think that's bad, and I think he should be commended for even doing that when he said he don't want a part of it. You know what I'm saying? He stated from the beginning he didn't want a kid. He gave her the money to have what she needed to have, what she needed to go get. She didn't do it. Cool. He said, okay, cool. We are where we are. So here's the child support up front. I think if you have a problem with that, there is something wrong with the way you view the child support system and the way they run it. I mean, there's obvious problems there. But look at the fact that the man stated he didn't want to have kids. And your argument could be, well, he should have wore a condom. Yeah, well, she had sex with him too. So who's at fault? Both of them. That's why I said one's not worse than the other. One's not better than the other. They're both at fault. I think they're both idiots for playing with God and playing with a life like that. Because like I said, ultimately, this is going to be a baby that doesn't have a father. And it doesn't matter what race, creed, color, religion you are. Every child wants a father. Every child needs a father the same way they need a mother. Don't let these TV shows and these movies get y'all confused. It don't go like that. It's a better way than what's being portrayed on television. You know when they did Good Times? Not even, excuse me, my apologies, not even Good Times. The Cosby Show. Do you know that Bill Cosby behind the scenes had somebody reviewing he had a team of people review every single minute of that show to make sure that there were no negative connotations of African Americans in that show. Because he knew the importance of having a father. Esther Roll wouldn't do Good Times if there was no John Amos, a.k.a. James Evans Sr., because she knew that they needed a father. So, beside the fact that this whole situation is crazy, I still commend that man for paying when he said from the rip, I don't want to have kids. And I agree with you, Mamba. I agree. Some of them do see children as a paycheck, and she might too. But if you are, if she does, she's going to expose herself. She's going to expose her hand. Because then what? We all know the jig is up. We know what you really want. You know what I mean? Why you really kept that baby when he paid you $100,000 to go get the 8 down. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, hey, man. Hey, boy, what up, my guy? You know, I'm just doing my thing, baby. HP in the building. The new Castle for life, man. Don't worry, y'all. These are just Coca-Colas. Be over here looking at me like I'm drunk. I had one shot. We about to have another one in a second. But yeah, man, I think the brother was decent for that. I think both of them too are, like I said, man, both of them's crazy for playing with a child like that, bringing the child into the world under those conditions and them circumstances is diabolical. Both of them need to have their heads checked. And if you agree with that kind of wild ass behavior, you might need to get your damn head checked, because that's crazy. I mean, all the way crazy. You know what I mean? This whole situation is just, it's just wild, man. People playing with kids like that, man. Come on, man. It's a life. You know what I'm talking about? This is a life we're talking about. A life. But people, they shaming that man for paying $1.8 million when you ain't getting $180 in child support out your baby dad. But you mad at him for paying 1.8. Man, talk to me when you get $1,800. Hey, I know that's 1,800. I just had to do that for the uneducated. This thing is crazy, man. This thing is crazy. All jokes aside, man, that's a wild situation, man. That's a wild situation to play with. To play with a kid like that. Like, even if she was using the kid to get, come on, man. How you use a kid for a pay? It's diabolical. Hell got a special place for people like that. That's for sure. Says, yeah, now, Mamba, that's true. And that's what I said. The argument, they always could, the flip side of the argument of him saying, I don't want to have a child is why you didn't use a condom. Even though you said you don't want to have a child, it's obviously your pullout game. It's obvious your pullout game is super duper trash because you in the same situation 3 or 4 times over. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with having a bunch of kids. There's nothing wrong with doing all of that shit. If that's what you want to do. That's what you, hey, man, to each his own by all means. What up, Cat? We see you. And right, though, Tam, the kid is the one, chocolate, listen, the kid is the one that's the most affected. But pull out game trash. You in the same situation 5 times over? Yeah, your pullout game super trash. You couldn't pull out of a driveway. I'm just saying. You couldn't pull out of a parking spot, my man. You in the same situation. You obviously didn't learn about the first one. So what you spent $500,000? They all did the same thing because now what you started is a chain. All the other baby moms, they gonna want all their child support up front, and that benefits him because, like I said, if you don't know basketball, he coming up on a max contract in a few years. They're gonna pay that man over $200 some million. It won't be no coming back asking for more money. Man, listen. He couldn't back out. He could have had the dude down at the airport with the jacket on and the flashlights. He couldn't back out with him back there. Word. He said, but the world don't need 2 mamas out here. If she blow it, she's gonna blow it. She's going to. We've all seen, we might not have seen them before, but we've seen this situation before. We've seen it. We've seen people get money via a lawsuit, blow the whole bag. My dad told me I had a cousin. Sued the state. He got hurt. Sued the state for about $4 million and won. He homeless living under the bridge right now. Yeah. There is no, it's abortion somewhere. Listen, it's somebody somewhere listen, somebody somewhere still doing abortions. It's a couple of states that's not cracking. They standing on what they standing on. You know what I mean? But I just think that however you view this situation, whether you for him paying the money or for her getting it, Just remember, the ultimate loser in all of this is the child. Listen, Macy Gray doing abortions. Listen. I'm trying to tell y'all, if they getting ass shots done in people's garages, in people's living rooms, it's somebody somewhere doing them 8 down downs. I'm telling you. Exactly, Cat. Exactly. We didn't see this ain't nothing new. We've seen this before. Same game, different players. Same 2 steps, just a different song. We've seen it before. But you watch what I tell you. The same way that they doing people getting these BBLs and doing all this shit. That's what you want to do. We not knocking that. I'm gonna knock you if you get that shit done in somebody's living room, though. You went and got the DIY BBL. Yeah, all right. They're gonna be happy until having all that ass kill you. You thinking it's gonna help you take some dick? No, it ain't. You gonna take some dirt, 6 feet of that shit. Keep playing with them people with them knives. You know what I'm talking about? Word. But I think, man, the whole situation crazy, man. Ultimately, for real, all jokes aside, the dude is crazy. She's crazy. Both of them crazy for having their business out here in the streets for us to even have an opinion on. But since it's out there, we definitely have the right, you know what I mean, to have an opinion, and we have them. But I think it was crazy for them to have their business out there when this is the type of shit that they doing. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. And then more importantly, like I said, man, it's the life of a child that we're talking about, because the child is the one who loses in the end. You know what I mean? There are no winners here. He didn't win because he paid his money up front. She didn't win because she got all her money up front. The child loses because the child's going to lose a parent. Again, most of this is allegedly, you know what I mean? So I'm going to, he said, someone will step up and be a great stepfather. That's true. Somebody will, you know what I mean? Those are the special people in this world. And people need to be commended more often. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's all gravy. I'm out of here, man. Remember, make sure y'all stay true to who you is. It's your boy Red Tree. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to me over there on YouTube. I'm almost to my goal of getting monetized. So if you're not subscribed, what you waiting on? It's free. You know what I mean? It's your boy Red Tree, man. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I greatly appreciate you. That's going to be it for this live. I will check y'all on the next one. Again, like, follow, hit the subscribe button. It's free. The link is on my channel. Rock with me. It's your boy. We out of here. We got to do this again soon, y'all. We got to. We out.